Let's talk about this Balenciaga drama. Speaking of the sinners in the world, speaking of the sinners.
That's like the BDSM bear or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the BDSM kids brand.
It's so funny. They're like, as long as we stay away from race and we don't pull an H&M monkey situation, we'll be good. You know?
Yeah.
And then they got fucked on the sex side. And like, bro, you know what I mean? They're like, no, we didn't say monkey though. We don't get it.
Yeah. What races?
All these clothing companies always go for some really like very daresy. I don't know if that's even a word. Why do they keep, you know, I guess they're trying to fucking push the box or the line or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But it's so funny. I feel like it's engineered backlash where it's like, I wonder if I could see total Balenciaga sales. Are they net up? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are like, fuck Balenciaga.
That's what always happens. No, I think that's what it is. I honestly, okay, part of me is like, there's two things happening, and kind of like the military-industrial complex, there's a mix of both. One is that,
how did you bring military-industrial complex into that?
No, because okay, you know why?
You're transitioning the next subject.
There's a complexity here. There's like two people. There's like two types of people that create this kind of sickness. And so one type of person, I think there's just child molesters out there that are like in the closet. They don't know what to do. But they're aching to do, you know, to be a child, whatever, right? So then it just comes out in these weird ways. Like they're probably married and have kids and whatever, and then it comes out in these weird ways. That's one half of the person. Then the other half of the person, the other half of the people are people who are like, let's do the risque thing. Like what you're saying, basically. Like, we're gonna make a model shoot so risque that it'll get everyone talking, it'll go viral, and then our sales will go through the roof.
Yeah, and then a lot of people are like, boycott them and whatever the fuck. But like, at the same time, I feel like a lot of the people that are not talking, that it's really just a function of making Balenciaga a conversation in all of the publications, tabloids. So now there's just all this free marketing. So people are like, you know, I want a Gucci, but maybe I'll get Balenciaga. All these people are like, I'm burning Balenciaga, but I feel like there's thousands of people that just have Balenciaga in their head now.
Yeah.
And the sales are just net up because, you know, it's in your head.
It's in your head. It's like Kanye, dude. Every time he puts out an album, that's really the only problem with what Kanye is doing right now is like, where's the album? Because every time in the past, when he has an album coming out, you can see it. Like, as it's coming out, he'll say something so shocking, so racist, so inappropriate, and then everyone's mad at him. Like beefing with Taylor Swift or whatever, or jumping on the award stage, or like whatever his shenanigans. Like, he's done a bunch of cool, like crazy publicity stunts. These guys, it seems like, yeah, they just went too far with it this time.
But that was, I mean, I was talking about this on my podcast. Like, I think with this one is so recoverable. It's like, it's nothing. It's so the passing times of an article, you know, you could see this come and go. It'll be nothing. But I feel like the H&M monkey one, that was like a miscommunication between departments, because the monkey thing is like their creative department. And then the casting people are obviously going to go towards minority, right? So, right? So the casting people are like, obviously we're gonna want a minority as, you know, they don't have really white models that much, right? Unless it's Burberry. So all of the like middle tier or the low tier, like accessible brands, they go full minority. And then it's always like the high level brands go white, or if they go black, they go like pitch black, Chad black. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I have.
Gucci, Louis, they always pitch black or white.
This kid, yeah, I know. They don't go for the brown. Like,
no. They go for the black people you see in France. Like, they all come from like Cameroon, like South Sudan, like Chad.
This kid has that look a little bit.
What it says, coolest monkey. Yeah, see, coolest monkey in the jungle. That was a creative department made that thing, and they had all these good ideas, and like they probably did a focus group, but then the casting people obviously took a black kid. And and then it just fucking clashed, bro.
No, just on the day, both of their hoodies could have just gotten mixed up too. You know what I mean? Like, the wardrobe department could have been like, you know what? I think the green goes with his. It works. You know what I mean? Whereas the white kid matches a little more with the orange. He matches with the green. It's like an on the day mistake, maybe.
But I also think they got to phase out that like racist association of black people and monkey, because it's like, so if the white kid was wearing the coolest monkey in the jungle, it would be zero problems, right?
Yeah, I know.
So if the black kid is wearing it, then it's a problem, because black people are you know what I mean? Like, what you know what I mean? Is it because historically they were called monkeys? Like people called us monkeys, I guess, at some point. So
I think so.
it's
I think racist people used to call black people monkeys. Just like with blackfacing. Have you ever seen old blackface videos?
Yeah, the minstrel show.
Minstrel show, like blackface. Like they were so racist, dude. Like if you ever watch one of the plays, like the story of the play will be like a white guy, and then a black guy comes like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy will be like, "Oh, I don't know. I just don't want to do any work, boss. It's too much work." And they're just like, "Oh, well, don't be lazy." It's like, "I'm so lazy. I just want something sweet to eat and a nice woman to look at." And the crowd is like, "Yeah, they do that." It's just like they're
simple and we're superior.
Yeah, basically.
Bro, there's a guy I met at an open mic. There's a guy in the Toronto open mic scene, this open micer. I don't know if he's autistic or what his situation is. Probably autism, right?
Yeah.
But this guy, bro, he is like a living he's like a living black propaganda.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like
wait, he's a white guy or a black guy?
He's a black guy who has lips that look just like that.
Oh my God.
And he acts just like a minstrel show, like I'm like, bro, this guy is like, yo, someone Zeus zapped a propaganda image of a black propaganda and brought him to life. It's crazy. It's crazy to watch. I don't want to say names or anything, but if we're ever at a show, I'll point him out. You will die laughing, bro.
You know what that reminds me of? Is remember I told you my friend, I had a black friend who like secretly takes pictures anytime he sees like a skinny black guy with a fat white girl. And he just takes a picture secretly, like he's collecting them. He's collecting them. He has like 40 of them, and this is like years ago. He had like 40, and he would show me pictures, and it was just a sense of like, look at how it look in the community. Like it was like he wasn't saying that, but he was basically saying that. You know what I mean? Like how do we look? So you're basically judging this black guy like he's like bringing the culture back. You're saying?
No, I think white people would say as a black guy, I'm like, bro, like you ever seen a Jewish guy that looks exactly like Nazi propaganda of Jewish people?
Yes, so like
giant ears, giant nose, like fucked up hair. Like Ari Shafir looks like propaganda, right?
Yeah, or like when they have the curls and everything, and all it is, it's not their fault. They just have like
no. I'm saying it's like the things they like to depict as like big lips and like goofy like that. When that is like exactly what you're seeing, you can't deny it. It looks like a propaganda image come to life. It's hilarious, right? It's
hilarious. It's just unfortunate.
Hilarious. Yeah. But you can only bring that up in a roast. You can never go up and like make it's so on point. I would never go up and follow him and say that shit. You know what I mean? But in a roast, I would say it. But like, it's just too mean. It's so accurate. It's just like too mean.
Do you think he acts bad too? Like,
no. I think he's actually autistic.
Oh right. Okay. Cool. Oh, then it's just like double. Because I remember years ago. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I was gonna say, I remember this years ago. There was like this bad stereotype of a Middle Eastern guy who used to come to all these comedy shows. He was like a young incel. He was pretty much white, but he was Middle Eastern, and then he would do all these jokes about like, because we're all terrorists, because then I bomb you because I'm terrorist. Like he just leaned into the worst stereotypes of being Middle Eastern. So I was like, this is just bringing back the culture. You know what I mean? But you can't say it to the guy. It's his expression, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Every now and then you hear like a straight up like 2003 Russell Peters joke now, and you're like, damn, that didn't, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I guess that's exactly what Russell was saying, dude.
Yeah. He used to be able to do like every race.
Because no one was really doing it like that. He was the guy who championed accents, and he was a minority, so it was all okay, and he was good at it. And he killed it. Internet just came out. YouTube just came out. It was all like the stars aligned, perfect timing.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of become like, even if you're a minority now, there has to be a joke. Like, it's no longer enough to just be like, Asian people talk like this. You know what I mean? Like, that used to be enough to just do that, you know?
Yeah, now, like, if you're white, you're canceled for that. If you're white. Like,
unless you have a terrific joke.
I thought Shane Gillis, like, did you see the white guy that got kicked off of SNL? Now he's back and he has his own podcast and everything. But, like...
No, he's killing it, bro.
He's killing it, but he's hilarious, dude. It wasn't just, like, nothing. It wasn't just, like, an accent really that insulting. And so he gets fired, but now on YouTube, I feel like now Tom Segura does it. Like, everyone just kind of does it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and podcast is fine, especially when you have, like, your own niche and you're, like, touring and selling out everywhere. It doesn't matter because you're not trying to go on the Daily Show to sell tickets or anything, right? You're past 100%. That. So you don't need any of these existing platforms to promote anything. So you can just say anything.
Yeah.
How are you going to get canceled? I mean, doing a Louis is kind of the only way at this point. And even that is not infinite canceling. He's back to theaters and arenas. So
theaters and arenas, and he's making the podcast rounds too.
Yeah, and he's not that good. Louis hilarious on everything, but he's not that good on podcasts because he's very chill, introverted. Like he's gone
full uncle on the podcast. That's why he's gone full. Instead of going to try and be funny, he goes to be like, well, you know, you guys are doing what you're doing is great, and it's like always like a motivational, like young comics like you should be doing. No, it's nice. It's actually nice in another way, and
then all the young comics are like, oh, I came in my pants last night. Well, you know what I mean? Wazoo!
I know, but he throws in the joke like that too. Like he'll laugh at those jokes and he'll throw it in, but it'll be like it'll be like an inspirational speech of like, don't worry, boys, I got canceled, I'm back. You can do it. As a comedian, you got to stay in the game. And then if you don't, you shit your pants and fucking kill yourself. Like something like it'll be like a long thing, and then at the end he'll still throw in the joke. Yeah, no, he's back. Yeah, it's weird. I guess it's over. I guess now you got to go full like molesting kids.
By the way, no one's getting canceled anymore. The new, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
the canceling is kind of, everyone's like, don't cancel me. Like it's like, relax.
It's over now.
It's over, bro.
Yeah.
Over.
And honestly, we can thank the conservatives for that. And the moral of the story is, you are loved because you are loved. Such is the nature of loving kindness. Okay? So now that I've done my karmas, make sure you do your karmas. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and sign up for meditation. Ascension is upon us, foolish. Sign up for meditation immediately. Ha! Am I still here?